learning strength I am not weak. Not from books alone was wisdom taught, from life itself it should was sought. I hold in me what thought and grace, a spark that brightens every space. With discipline the mind is freed, and nourished well by each duty. My passion, manners, strength and drive, through learning's hands I came alive. This version of myself I see is shaped by knowledge guiding me. So here I stand, both bold and true, aware of all there's left to do. Not all I know, yet still I rise, with faith that learning never dies. Thank you.
We simply do not have enough trained teachers, so I encourage all of you. Nagaland also is at its lowest. I've requested SCERT, I've written a memo to them to tie up with the Department of Education, Nagaland University, to conduct a seminar on school dropouts. I was just studying the case of Mokchun. In Mokchun, in the past 5 years, 506 are dropouts. They appear to matriculate and they will not pass. So where are these people? We are going to go and hunt them. Where are they placed now? What are they doing now? Likewise, in Mokchun, 187 took migration certificate. So that's Mokchun district alone in the past 5 years. So who are these people and who are migrating out? So in Nagaland, I looked at the Npsc reports. About 10%, little bit less than 10% of our students are taking migration certificate. When you take migration certificate, it implies that you're no longer going to study under Nagaland University or our system. You are migrating out of the state. So all those students who are migrating in the form of like 1,300 to 1,600 every year, they are all spending a lot of money also. So today I'm proud that in all walks of life, different institutions are also coming up. We are also improving our standard of education also. India is, I should say, at a crossroad. India is a big country. You compare it with another country, a developing country, a big country with more or less similar situation like ours, like Brazil. Brazil, their case is pathetic because the teachers are not trained. Whereas here in India, all our teachers are trained, especially those entering into the government sector. So that is our strength, and that is also the strength of our state. Today, our state, our infrastructures are all breaking down, especially our government schools. We hope to improve that. But today, our strength is we have a corpus of teachers who are very talented, who are very motivated, and once we put that into place, we will be able to improve our education sector. I went up to Mima village the other month, along with our higher education minister, Sri Along. We went to see Mima village because they grow traditionally bee. They grow honeybee inside the earth. And every year they produce about 8 tons of honey bee. So I think for a small village, with the kind of investments they are putting in as farmers, which is something which we need to appreciate. What caught my attention was the villagers, they grow honey, and honey depends on flowers. And for them, now they are consciously reforesting their jungles, because the villagers, they know that they are depending on the trees which bears flowers. So the youngsters are now getting to know that this particular tree, this particular species, it produces this kind of flower. This is good for the honeybees. So what we are contemplating is we may start what we call vocational education center there. We will bring children from all over Nagaland. They will learn how to rear bees. So maybe amongst the 1,000 students, we teach them, 1 or 2 of them can go back and reforest their village. They can earn a livelihood through this potential way of making business also. It is healthy. You look at the life of bee, it is what brings pollination. It enriches our world. It makes our world safer. So the life of a bee and a student vis-a-vis the reforestation of our jungles needs to take place. Under my constituency, some of you may remember, I have a big village along with me called Chedama village. If you go to Chedama village today, you will see that that Naga cut, this size. They have cut their jungle again and then line up along the roads. And why have they lined up all these forest products along their village or road? To sell it. To sell it for what? For their children's education. So today we are looking at innovations. A lot of innovative thinking needs to come up. I've been talking to our higher education department also. We have, I think, enough same subject degree holders. We have enough engineers. I think we need to cut down on those. We need to look for other subjects like biotechnology, nanotechnology. AI is suddenly becoming the new thing. These are areas where our children need to know. Under the Department of Planning, we have a cell called the GIS. So the GIS, I've taken my department down to meet with them. And the GIS, we have a couple of aeronautical engineers and they are doing very well. They put up drones, they put up UAVs, and they just sit there and they put the geolocations and it can go to any parts of Nagaland. So you must have seen the film Look Up. You just look up. What we were contemplating is, if you look up, in a blink of a second, the attendance of all the teachers can be taken without any physical presence. So we are on the process of trying to see how we can improve our governance system. So I asked those people there, so boys, where are we globally? And they said they are at par with NASA, because they are importing all these parts, they are assembling here, they are putting their software, and now they are trying to beat NASA. As the clouds clear, they have built a UAV. The UAV is supposed to last for 9 hours up there in the skies, and so when it takes off, it consumes a lot of battery. Therefore, they are going to bring a balloon. The balloon will fly up, you see, and then as it reaches the stratosphere, it will drop because the balloon will burst. Then the UAV will start flying for 9 hours. So this is what NASA had just completely successfully did, and this is what our GS back in our own backyard are contemplating to do. So what I'm telling you is, Nagas, we have come a long way. It is a very short time, but as a young culture, we are very vulnerable. We are very much in the loss also, but we are also adaptive. We are creative because our minds are not being encircled by certain frames, certain social frames. We are open, we are free people, and this is where creativity has its best designs. So today I am very motivated by our young boys and girls. You should aspire for the limits. You should aspire that nothing stops you. Our boys and girls are doing very well in every walks of life. And all this is because it is through education that you are able to reach this level. Our president, she had nicely, eloquently put it. It is through education, it is through teachers, it is through the simple things which are happening inside the classrooms that one day we will build a career out of you. We will make you somebody, you will become somebody, you will become big, you will be able to bring what we call blessings for yourself also, you will be able to bring blessings for your people also. So as a young society as well as a very small society, we know that there are so many things to do. For instance, in the field of our language. A language dies when its speakers are no more there. So today, many of our languages are still at its lowest form. It has not been linguistically put into place. Many of our grammar are not there in our Bible translation. For example, take the instance of the Home Naga Bible. They have 10 vowels, but they have forced themselves to write everything in only 5 vowels following the English language. So you have what we call a Bible which is in form, but grammatically, linguistically, your Bible is what we call cannot be fine-tuned with your language structure. So there are so many areas where we need to do. Today, if you look at China as a developing country and India as a developing country, the number of patents which are coming out here are pathetic low. Today, I'll encourage some of you to do research. Research is what we need today. I've been looking at our structures. Our SCERT is here from SCERT, retired from there. But in SCERT also, I'm very motivated because they are coming out with indigenous toys. And likewise, I have commissioned one film to be made like the abacus. And we experimented it with the school in Chakasam area. The sea buggy, we call it that wheelbarrow. You make this thing, you can't go to the jungle, then you make that sea buggy, I don't know, you push each other, or if it is on the slope, we have come to realize that sea buggy is very good for teaching what we call geometry and arithmetic. So we have made a documentary on that. Likewise, there are so many areas in the field of education, and especially with the coming of the NAP, a lot of what we call innovation startups are also taking place. So I want all of you as young boys and girls to look at the current trends and situations which are happening globally, and things which we can replicate here also, but things which can also come out. We have started the early child and care education because every year our children are, especially in our government schools, we are getting nil results, 0 results in matriculation and higher secondary. And our teachers hung their head in shame, but we cannot do much about it anymore. We have to go back to the foundation. So our department, our government, we have started the early child and care education. So these are some of the progresses which we will see maybe 13, 15 years from now. There is also a rush and a clamor for our government schools, especially our higher secondary schools. Mayong Nokcha Higher Secondary School, you will remember, it's in Mohokchung. This year alone, 223 art students class 11 admission, 50 students, what do we call, commerce students, and 73 science students. So in class 11 alone, we have 436 students who are admitted in class 11. So we are looking at all these figures in disbelief. There is a rush for our government schools also. The private schools are also doing their bits and bins. What we have noticed is that we are studying and we are reforming our allocation of this. We know that especially in urban areas, there is what we call a rush for school in the morning. There is heavy traffic jam, everywhere heavy traffic, creating public nuisance. We recently took our departments to study the New Zealand and the Australian model of education.
Nagaland TV, Sob Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.